Okay, so it seems like we might have maybe found the next member of Beasties. Now, obviously, this isn't 100% confirmed or anything. This is a lot of speculation by many people, but if you don't know, Beasties is the lost VTuber group that obviously was supposed to debut under VShojo and featured 4 members. Now, obviously, 3 of those members being Berry Bug, Pia P, and also Tori, and then they had 1 more member who was just left as a question mark, question mark, question mark. Now, I think obviously they weren't sure on whether they were going to kind of debut or not, or whatever was going on. I'm not exactly sure what went on there, but obviously they did leave it pretty open to the fact that there could be a 4th member joining. And well, it seems like some people have seen that this VTuber called Daiya Fortuna is actually having a debut on October 4th. Now, one of the most important things about this is it doesn't seem like this is just like a new outfit or whatever or anything like that. It seems like it's a complete re-debut, which a lot of people are very, very excited about and are kind of speculating the fact that this could be the 4th Beasties member. Now, again, obviously, people in the Beasties group have been doing absolutely great. We covered Pia P, who is doing amazingly, obviously, with a lot of her kind of stuff as well. She's actually going to TwitchCon, it seems like, and she also recently got accepted as a Twitch ambassador. So again, she'll be doing a lot of that kind of stuff, which is great to see for her. And it seems like she's been gaining a lot of attention ever since the whole kind of VShojo stuff has gone down. And it's great to see that she is getting a lot of support. So again, obviously go support all of the people that are involved in this group, because again, they have tried extremely hard to kind of get this group going, especially after, such a terrible time with VShojo, right? And obviously this has been posted across a couple of subreddits as well, saying 4th Beastie, and obviously this is the debut announcement, say Saturday, October 4th at 6 p.m. PST. I've been waiting so long to finally break free. Times changes, everyone, luck included. The height of good fortune cannot exist without the crushing weight of misfortune. In that way, Lady Luck is a monster in her own right. See you soon. So again, if you guys don't know, obviously Beasties is a kind of like monster, well, not like monster, but like kind of just like, I don't know how to describe it, like creature. I don't know how they would really describe it, but obviously you've got Berry Bug, who's obviously like bug related. We've got Pia, who's like an alien type thing. I don't know how to describe it. Tori, I'm not exactly sure what she is, but again, they all have their own kind of beast kind of design, right? And obviously within this debut announcement, she obviously talks about Lady Luck is a monster in her own right. So potentially we could see that, being a kind of pointer towards her being the 4th Beastie. Now, a lot of people were saying here, most likely, I was expecting it to be, yet to debut VTuber, but apparently she's streamed before. Look at her Twitter timeline, and yeah, she has been streaming before. This isn't like a completely new person. Obviously, they've been around for a little bit. They joined Twitter back in May 2024. So again, they have been around for a little bit, right? And obviously they said she was part of a corpo that shut down. I think Zentreya helped her to get the IP from the company. So that's actually really sweet. They said Daiya was previously a part of Pixel Link, which closed down in March 2025 due to health problems with the CEO, meaning that he could not continue working on it. From the announcement from both the members and the employees, it sounded like he was pretty well liked, so I hope he is doing well. Pixel Link was, as far as the community knows, one of the good ones, so there was quite a bit of sadness when they announced that they shut down. When the agency shut down, Kana Yanagi, Raki Kazuki, and Chiaki Katsumi were announced to be keeping their corporate identities, and people assumed that they managed to buy their IPs from the agency and then continuing as indies, while the rest of the members were going back to their old personas or starting on as indies. During February, she announced that she had managed to gather the funds needed to buy her IP with the help of Zentreya, and so would continue as Daiya, which again, obviously that already shows the kind of connections she has to a lot of the ex-VShojo members, and obviously VShojo at the time, because obviously Beasties was set to be a VShojo group. So again, it shows you the kind of like crossover there. So that could point towards obviously potentially joining this group. And as you can see here, yeah, they say thanks to the generosity of Zentreya, I was able to buy the IP, which is great. And obviously W Zentreya for that one. They say other members who had previously announced that they'll graduate and go back to their PL, but managed to keep their corporate IP later, were Chio Chompi, who apparently later bought her corporate IP as well and announced she was going to return it. We'll have to wait and see on what she decides, if she'll stay on as the current Rebby Rompin or go back to Chio. So again, obviously they leave links to all of the other members there as well, and they talk about Rebby and stuff too. And they say, this actually makes perfect sense. Before Zen paid for her IP, Daiya was planning on rebranding to My Moirai, which was a chimera or a manticore VTuber, so it would fit the monster theme. And said, I just watched her video where she announced she'd be keeping her IP because of Zen, where she talks about Maya Mariah. She says, I was actually on a waiting list. Progress had not begun on anything yet. I was still in talks. I was still in discussions when this offer was made to me to retain my IP. Like, as far as I'm concerned, that's it. I'm convinced there's too many coincidences, which, yeah, 100% is true. And people have been talking about this over on the VShojo subreddit as well, or the XShojo subreddit. Now it's obviously no longer. People said, I think the use of the word monster is very pointed, seems out of place otherwise. They say also the fourth heart in the Beasties logo is black, which would fit Daiya's color theme. And obviously, yeah, as we see here, I think obviously, yeah, there is a black heart at the end, which obviously we got Pia. I'm assuming red is berry, Tori is pink, and then we've got black, which is the last one. And obviously, if we go to Daiya's kind of page, there is a lot of blackness. Obviously, there's quite a bit of red as well, but I feel like, you know, black could be the color, you know, that she's going to be. Obviously, you can see as well on some of her announcements with the hat and the little diamonds too, they are kind of black colored. So I could 100% see her being the fourth member, right? And yeah, I think that would make sense a lot. Again, I don't think, did she put any black hearts on the page? I don't think she did. But again, obviously, yeah, I've been mostly convinced that she's the one for a while. A lot of circumstantial coincidences, but we'll see. Said followed by all three Beastie members and Phoebe, if that says anything, which could also be pretty interesting. They say, not really, all Pixel Link members got a minimum famous. Phoebe and Tori know Daiya for sure, since prior the VShojo stuff, which is true, but also at the same time, you know, they all do follow her, which I think is still interesting, and could obviously, you know, there's a lot of coincidences in one for it to be like, you know, super like out there, right? They said, I had a feeling I would find out soon. Said, is there any evidence for this? They said, no hard evidence for this, but it seems to be there is a lot of hints though. A new debut for the 5th of October, not an outfit reveal, a complete re-debut. The change in her Twitter bio from Lady Luck to Monster Lady Luck. The journal, wait, did they actually change that? I didn't even notice that. Oh yeah, Monster Lady Luck. That's pretty interesting. That is a big change, right? They say the general verbiage here, waiting so long to break free. Timing fits when she would have been able to audition due to Pixel Link folding. Zentreya helped her buy her IP from Pixel Link. The black heart and the Beasties logo. This announcement has a lot of buzz from other similar sized VTubers. It's likely that a lot of her friends knew even if nothing was leaked. Total speculation on my part, but I think speculation with some evidence behind it. Did you have good points? Let's wait and see. So nobody knew Pixel Link would close soon before December 2024, which obviously, yeah, I think it's definitely likely. I think I could 100% see this being the 4th Beasties member, but also at the same time, this could also be a series of pretty insane coincidences, and maybe, you know, Daiya is not the new member. Again, it could be either way here, but we'll have to wait and see whenever her debut comes out on October 4th, which is in, what, just 4 days time, a little bit more than 4 days time. So again, obviously go there and support her, check out her debut, because again, I'm very excited to see whether, you know, she's going to be a part of that. And as you can see here, it has been reposted by Tori and you know, some other people as well. So again, it's very interesting, very like a lot of the evidence kind of, you know, links up, and a lot of the kind of connections that, you know, they have with a lot of VShojo and Beasties members have, or I say VShojo, ex-VShojo. You guys get what I mean when I say VShojo, right? Because obviously it's not around anymore. But yeah, obviously they have a lot of connections, they have a lot of hints, they have a lot of evidence. So again, it seems like they could be the 4th member, which is very exciting. And obviously, hopefully that means that the Beasties can obviously get into forward motion of a lot of their plans. I don't know exactly what they plan on doing as a group, but again, obviously, maybe they were just waiting for the 4th member to kind of confirm everything, and then they can go ahead and actually really push, you know, what they're, you know, trying to do with their brand and stuff, which I think is great. And obviously, yeah, I hope that they do continue to stream, and I hope that this is the announcement, because again, it would be nice to see the 4th member finally coming to Beasties. But yeah, that's about all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, then don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also go to GameStop, use my code Kazza to get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. I definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, that's about all I got. I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.